This is going to be one of a very interesting topics or course that we would have learned at this time. So I believe we've all heard about what is called AI and what ChatGPT is all about. Perhaps we've not heard about ChatGPT, but I know we'll have been hearing about AI when we talk about which is called artificial intelligence. So in some cases we call it robot. So different way, different names for different things. So today, we all know the impact of the AI in our environment. Please, can you mute yourself if you're not talking, please? Is something we are seeing on daily basis from the use of our internet, our phones, our laptop, and other things. So we can see there are so many ways by which this AI has come to place. But in the recent time, we've heard about ChatGPT, which is I can say like the new waves that is um that has become the area of interest to everyone around the world. So today's class is going to be like way to sensitize us and show us how we can use this in our individual workplace for our different projects, whether as a data analyst or as a data entry person or as a for whatever job you are doing. We can actually use the AI to support us in whatever we are doing. So I believe at the end of the class, basically we'll be focusing on data analysis, but I know that we can adopt the knowledge here to help us in every other aspect of our businesses or our jobs. So we'll be covering just these few areas today. Um, Basically, we'll be focusing on Excel and Power BI. So we'll be focusing more on the two, and while we'll be focusing on the two, at the same time, we'll be talking about the introduction and some basic things we need to understand when we talk about AI. So in this topic, we'll be looking at what is AI all about? What is AI all about? Can somebody tell us if, with our basic knowledge of AI, how can we describe AI? How can we describe AI, artificial intelligence? Let like two people talk about it. Go ahead. Want to try? Hello? You can unmute and talk. This is a general topic that I think I know we've all come about. There's no wrong or right answer in something like this. So how can somebody describe AI to us? Abioye Tokwe, can you describe to us? AI. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay, let me try. So AI,
Okay.
which is artificial intelligence, it's it's a robot that helps to do that helps to carry out tasks. It has already been built to do certain things, and when you just instruct it, it will carry out the task you want it to do for you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Who else want to try?
Hello.
Hello?
Yes,
Go ahead.
I think one little idea about the AI is like a programmed uh, robot, just like he has described it earlier. That is a programmed setup whereby it can give you an idea of what you may likely want to do next. Take for example, you are in a task. So you have completed a particular stage and you are still contemplating on, okay, which one should I go, which way, where probably you're having two options, whether to do it or not to do it. So it can give you an idea, okay, if you choose to do it, these are likely what you are going to come out with. If you choose not to do it, or if you have two options in which you can accomplish a particular task, so, okay, option A, if you adopt option A, this is where you are likely to end up with. And if you adopt option B, this is where you are likely to do or to end up with. So it's going to guide you on which way on the next step on which you want to take. So, and also where we have been saying robots programmed to do or to welcome people into, let's say, banking all and stuff like that, it has been programmed such a way. So in a simple term, it has been programmed, is a programming substance. Let me say, okay, which tends to do what to make your work easier for you. So probably so anyway, that's just my only two idea about this AI everything.
Okay, thank you very much. So let's you can mute. So this is the same thing that I will have said also. When we talk about AI, please can you remain muted if you are not talking, please? Please remain muted. Okay, when you talk about AI, artificial intelligence, when you talk about artificial, we describe human being when we want to describe human being, we can use intelligence to describe human being. But in this case, we are talking about artificial, which means that it's not a natural. It's not this. We are not talking about a natural intelligence. Talking about something that is not natural, built by a human to mimic some intelligence of human being. So it's just about mimicking intelligence of human being. Computer doesn't think; it cannot think, but it's just trained to mimic certain things that human does also. So, like you said, they are and trained to do certain things. In some cases, they do specific things, while in some cases, there's nothing that is doing general things. So they are trained to do specific things. So let's put it that way. That is all about artificial intelligence. So why are we now talking about artificial intelligence? Um, uh, um, in this era, why are we talking about it? We know the world is changing drastically, and the technology, so many technologies are coming to play like on daily basis. So people are building so many technology, especially after the release of Chatgpt in 2021. So many companies, so many tools has been built to for several things, from text to images, from images to models, for audios, for training, for learning, for tutors, for so many things. So many AI has been built to support human being. And some of the areas by the benefit of this AI has include the efficiency. It helps to improve efficiency in what we do. It can also guide on how to automate some routine tasks. There are some routine tasks that you do. There are some things that you will have done within you will have used 2-3 hours to do, and you know that you have to do it, but it doesn't really worth your time. AI can quickly help you to uh, to do it in a simpler way. For example, let's look at banks where you have to talk to people to get your account. You want to get account details, your balances, and other things. With the use of the AI, you just send a code, and then you will receive the response. You can just browse. You can just talk to a robot, and you get response. So, and it can help ones to spend more time. See, you're able to spend more time on something that has high values. You get that? So, at the same time, there are some things that you don't even know. Some things you don't know. It also helps to guide. It also guides to certain things. And for data analyst, you can also use it to troubleshoot. Sometimes we use to troubleshoot problems as a data analyst. And another thing I want us to know is that when you talk about this AI, some people might say, okay, yeah, I don't want to use AI. The truth is, if we don't use it, people are using it. So that's the reason, as an analyst, we have to adopt it to help us this will help you to reduce so many areas that will have taken your time or that will have bothered your brain to collaborate. You see, it's a kind of collaboration. You collaborate with AI to solve the problem. When we talk about the adoption, the rate at which people use AI, especially the ChatGPT, it is like unprecedented. You see, um, he said the usage of GBT used 1 million in 5 days. Just 5 days, the usage reached 1 million users in 5 days, which has not be achieved by any built software before that time. You see, so so we have to adopt that. There is a saying that says that AI will not replace human being, but people with AI, people with knowledge will replace those without knowledge. That's why we have to learn all these kind of a thing. Then for analysts now, which area do we need AI? As analysts, why are we talking about AI for data analysts? Number one, you can use AI to generate formulas, code, explain formulas, explain some technical terms, troubleshooting, commenting your code, provide guidance for you, generating samples, and some other things. So those are the areas by which you are needing the AI. Then we talk about AI, the generative language. That is the AI language, the generative AI model, and large language model. I know we'll have been hearing about this. When we talk about generative AI, uh, see that is a kind of a deep learning model that is capable of generating results for you, either as a text, as a as audio, as images, and with any other form. The system itself is called the generative AI model. Among it, we have the large language model, which is what ChatGPT is built on. The large language model, these are the ones that focus more on text responses. They focus more on text. Those are the LLM, large language models. Then we move to prompt engineering. So when we talk about prompt engineering, what are we talking about? Prompt engineering. When you talk about prompt engineering, you're talking about the communication, how to communicate with AI. That is when we talk about that is what prompt engineering is all about. The prompt is like instruction. The prompt is like instruction that you are giving to AI to execute something for you. So either question it can come in form of instruction, it can come in form of questions. So that is called prompt. So how do you give the normal prompt to ChatGPT or whatsoever? One, you have to be as clear as possible. See, they said that when you want to talk to ChatGPT, or any AI system. When you want to talk to any AI system, any AI tool, what you need to do is you talk to it as if you are talking to a 6-year. You want to explain something to a 6-year-old person. You get that now? You want to talk to GPT. Okay, let me quickly share this. Let me quickly share this, and let's see how it's going to look like. Okay. Now I think you can see my screen. Okay, let me open BAD by the side also. You see, if you don't have, if you have not already, if you don't know how to launch your GPT, you can just use chat.openai.com or you say chat. If you don't know how to use this, you can use the .openai.com. openai.com. This is how to open your ChatGPT, and you use your Gmail or email or any email to register for it. And you can't find that, just go to use GPT, because when you talk about OpenAI has so many. If you just search for OpenAI or ChatGPT, it will take you to OpenAI. So use ChatGPT login. So the moment it take you to chat.openai.com, you are still on the way. But if you take it to any other OpenAI source, then you have to come back to chat.openai, please. This is what you will be needing for this course. This is a free model. This is a free model that, you see, we have OpenAI. If you go to OpenAI GPT, this one will be training you. It will take you through so many things, and it's going to take your time. It will take your time. But so note this chat.openai. This is where you are going. So you register this with your Gmail or any email of your choice. The same thing with BARD, Google BARD. These are the most popular AI in terms of LLM, large language models. So the two are the most popular. We have other ones, like when you talk about on the text, you can talk about copy AI. You still have the like of copy AI, the like of typewise, and there are some like that. And when you talk about image, you have the DAL-E. We have the DAL-E for image, Mid-Journey for image. So there are so many AI that you can use for so many things. But in terms of the large language models, BARD, Google BARD, and GPT are on the lead. To access BARD, just use bard.google.com. That's all. You click on bard.google.com. So this one will take you to BARD straight away. So now, okay. Now let's quickly look at what I'm talking about explaining about a prompt. You can say, okay, you can just say, if let's say you ask GPT how to use tell me how to create VLOOKUP formula. Let's look at this. So you can see that with this, it has gone from one, explaining what VLOOKUP is all about, create the formula, then break down the formula into columns, and explain the formulas, what each one stands for. It generated a sample data set, and it used this VLOOKUP to explain what is all about. So you can see that this is how AI respond. Now, but let's say that I said I want to do like this. I say, okay, hi, let me use data analyst, and I am working on a VLOOKUP formula for a data set in a data set for employee data. Okay. The names, you can say, okay, later, full stop. The name is on column A, and the salary is on column E. Okay, so can you help me to generate a VLOOKUP formula that will return the staff salary. Okay, I'm working on the VLOOKUP formula for that set in with range from A to E. Let's say that's the range data set, and let's see what we're going to get here. Just look at this. So I'm scrolling down. Okay. So with this now, let's look at it now. You see that this is very specific. You know, you want to write a formula now. This is your lookup value. This is the range A to E, and your response is what? On column 5, and it's false. So just copy this one, paste on your data, and it's going to give you what you want. So you must try to be very clear when you are talking to AI. So the more clearer you are, the more response you are going to get. And sometimes you have to provide some context. Let him know from which angle you are talking about. Okay, are you looking at it from as a data analyst, or you are looking at it from the perspective of maybe researcher or whatsoever. So depending on where you are coming from, so that will also help the AI on how to give the response, how to support you with the response. Remember, like we said, AI doesn't think. It just go through the previous responses and try to mimic what people have said from millions of documents available to read, and come up with response to you. Then finally, there are some common pitfall that we also want to talk about. You know, as human being, if you use AI to solve any problem, you will be the one to be responsible for any job that you are doing. So in that regard, you must be sure when you use AI to solve any problem, please ensure that you cross-check your response. Ensure that you cross-check your response, because there are so many areas by which AI also make mistake. Number one, the common one is they talk about the hallucination, just like human being. There are times when you ask AI, what is this, and it will be giving you something that is totally different from what you are looking for. So it will be giving you a response that is clearly different from what you are looking for. Yeah, it is possible very well. So you must remember that you will be the one to be responsible, not the AI. So at times, it can give you, based on what you provided, sometimes it can give you suboptimal response, the response that is not up to what you want. In the same as sometimes also, it can give you totally incorrect response also. It is possible also. So this, like I said, it doesn't think. It's just giving you it's going to be like a support for human being. It cannot give you judgment. It doesn't use common sense, but it can only guide you towards the judgment. So you as human being will be the one to be the final judge in every cases. Human being will be the final judgment in every cases, but AI will have guided you on how to do certain things when it comes to AI. Now we'll be moving towards the next area. So which is our area of interest for today. Number one, we'll be talking about Microsoft Excel, some basic things that we can use AI for. You can use for as many as possible in Excel, but in some cases we just expose us to some of these cases here. Number one, getting started with AI, fundamental of Excel concept, how to generate some Excel formulas, generate formula from sample data set, how to troubleshoot your formula, data preparation and cleaning, generating sample data set, data analysis and data analysis and the visualization. So then we have on Power BI, we're going to look at getting started to connecting your data, fundamental of Power BI concept, creating data dictionary, Power Query and M code, DAX measures and calculated columns, troubleshooting DAX formulas and the visualizations. So these are the view areas we're going to look at in this course. So let's start from Excel. Now, like I just did, can you please explain VLOOKUP to me? See the way GPT explained it, which means that if you've never used VLOOKUP before, if you've not used VLOOKUP before, and you try to use VLOOKUP for the first time, I think this is not a bad way to start learning from it. Copy this formula. Let's say we copy this, Control C, and you open your Excel. You open your Excel and you paste this in your Excel. Let me open a fresh sheet in Excel. Okay, let me open a fresh sheet here. Okay, sheet here. So I'm using this sheet this time around. I'm taking this hand. Let me paste this here. Control V. And okay, let me follow the guide. It says, where is the guide? Okay, it said I should paste this cell, column A, column B. Okay, and you want to look up the color of a fruit based on its name. Its fruit name is in cell D2. So okay, in cell D2, and you want to display the color in cell E2. Okay, let's go to D2 and put apple. Cell D2 now. D2, we put apple here. This is a fruit name. We want to get the color in E2. So let's copy the formula and see how it's going to work for us. I'm copy this code now. I'm copying this code, go to my Excel and paste this. Ctrl V. Can you see that we have red? So, which means that it has taken into consideration, number one, lookup value. Number two, the table array, which is this. So if you have more than this, or your column is not, let's say your column is not in column A to B, what do? You just select the range and you edit it as appropriate. Okay, where can you find in your index number? That is 2. So which is column 1, column 2 in this case now, and you have this to be false. You have this to be false, which is exact match. And hit enter. Can you see that we have red? If you change this to orange, what happened? Give you orange color. You get into grape. When you change it to grape, it's going to give you what? The purple color. So that is one of the ways by which you can use AI to generate formula for you. So let's look at number one, fundamentals of Excel concept. Like what we did earlier. This thing you don't know, let's say you don't know how to use this, and you want Excel, you want GPT. You can see all these things that we are talking about. You can actually go to Google to go and search for them, but it's going to take your time looking from website to website, or you go through what do we call it? YouTube channel to learn so much. But this is very straightforward and direct to your area of interest. You want it to explain something for you. That's okay. Can you please explain the concepts of which topic? Okay. Let's see, data cleaning in Excel. Okay. So let's say we have this. Can you see now? So when we are asking for concept of data cleaning in Excel, and it's not showing us, certainly data cleaning in Excel have several processes, some of which are this: removing duplicate. How do you remove duplicate? This, and this and that. Okay, data tab, clean on this. If you have missing values in your data, how can you detect the missing values? What are the formulas you can use? So can you see? These are the things you can do. Okay, you want to fix some incorrect data. What can you use to fix some incorrect data? You have these tools. You want to format your data. How do you format it? Maybe you have them in small letter. You want to change it to proper form, or you want to change it to whatever. I see that is this. Then you want to deal with outliers. Maybe some of the data that are not within the range of that data, that are somehow outlier. They are not. You are talking about 1 to 10, and but in some cases you now see one data. Let's say the average sales from January to December is for the month January is maybe 100,000, 200,000, 150,000. But in July you see 1.5 million. While other months are giving you one like 100,000 within 100,000 to 300,000. But in July you have 1.5 million. That is an outlier. So how do we do that? What is the how do you handle that? How to validate data, text to column? Can you see what it has suggested to us? Okay? Can you see what is suggested to us? When we are talking about what? We are talking about it giving us, explain some basic concepts to us. Now, that is just about explanation of basic concept. If you want to know more, okay, let's say you want to know, can you can you explain? Can you list some common shortcuts in Excel? In Excel for me. So okay, let's quickly go through this. These are some common this thing shortcut. Okay, basic navigation. You want to navigate to the end of a data region, control plus arrow key, control from plus home, go to cell home 1, control plus head plus hand, the end of the active worksheet, page up, page down. You want to move from sheet 1 to sheet 2, sheet 3 to sheet 4, control tab. You want to switch from one workbook to another workbook. Control 1 to format your cells. You open format cells, then selection. You want to select your cell, shift, so arrow, control plus space, shift plus space. So these are the ways by which you can use it for the basic concept in Excel. So you can always go to GPT and ask straightforward question. So when you are as broad as you are, it's going to give you broad answer. And if you are very specific also, it's going to give you what? Specific solution. Mind you, if you look up here, there's something I want to tell you. If you look up here, you see default GPT 3.5. We have GPT 1, GPT 2, GPT 3, GPT 4, and 3.5. The one that we are using that is free mostly for the users in open source is 3.5. If you want to use 4 is paid. You have to pay for GPT-4. GPT 3.5, the training for 3.5 ends in I think September 2021 or so. The training for this particular model we are using. So sometimes when you are asking for the current information, for example, let's say Microsoft just added a new feature into the Excel, and you ask GPT, GPT will give you wrong answer because the training ends on September 2021. So that is what happens when you are asking for something that is more of current situation. But GPT-4 is trained. I think even recently, GPT has created a bot that can crawl the public websites and get some information because GPT-4 has access to internet. GPT-3 does not have 3.5 does not have access to internet, but GPT-4 has access to internet. It can crawl the internet and look for some relative answers to your current problem or current situations. So that is that about the basic concept in Excel. Then let's look at generating Excel formula. Like we did in the case of our VLOOKUP, let's look at one of our data sets here. Let's look at one of our data sets here. Sales data. So we have this branch, we have this, we have this. Okay, let's look at this sales here. Okay, we want to find the total numbers of sales from California. Okay, we want to know total meatza from California, total quantity sold, total quantity of meatza from California. So we want to know total sale from California, but not all the product, just the meatza only from California. Okay, let's quickly do this. There are ways by which you can do that, like we did earlier from the first example we did, where we explain our data to GPT. So where we explain our data to GPT. So in this case now, there are other ways. I want to match the two together, generate exact formula from explanation and generate formula from sample data set. Okay, let's quickly turn this off. Say, okay, let me copy this. Okay. Copying this now, Control C. Sometimes if you copy the entire data, it can return error for you. But you can just go ahead and copy some few data set and you go to GPT and ask some basic questions. Let me click on new chat. Yeah. Okay. Hi, Ham. Working. Working. Working on. Okay. Okay. Um, can you help me with a some ifs functions in Excel. This is it. Okay. Okay. Here is my, you can see it has provided its own. Here is my sample data set. So I always like to put it in quotes from beginning to the end. I always like that. Okay. Okay. What are we generating? We want to find out the sales from a branch, total sales from a branch, and product, right? Okay. I want to generate total quantity for total quantity from okay, quantity of pizza from California. Okay. Okay. This data set covers the range of data set. Let's provide this with range. What is the range of a data set? A to F with range A to F. So what we are trying to explain here is that try as much as possible. If you want some answer to be more specific, be as clear as possible when you are giving the instruction to GPT. You have to be as clear as possible when you are giving instruction to GPT. So let me quickly run this and let's see where I'm going to get here. Okay, now look at the data set we give. We said we want this sample data set we have. These are sample data set. Here is sample. Here is my sample data set with a range A to F. And another thing with GPT is that sometimes when you make some spelling mistake, it also quickly understands what you want sometimes. So I want to generate total quantity of pizza from California. So, and the serial number is this. I said that. So let's quickly see how it's going to look like. He said, yeah, I can help you with this. This is the formula it gives to us. Some means from E2 to E11. Then we have these two, we have this, and Mitsa. Okay, let's see let's copy this code and try it. Now, where do I will put in this? data row. So 2 can use this formula. Let me copy this now. Let's copy this and try it. These are our cells. Let me paste this here. Control V. So, okay, we have this sum range. The sum range 1. Okay, we didn't provide the proper sum range. Okay, the sum range is on quantity. Okay, is it correct? That is F. The sum range should be F. Why this? Okay, okay, okay. So this is what I talk about when I talk about we as human beings, that we are the one at the end of the day that you be the one to be responsible. So you must verify whatever it has given to you. So okay, we have E2 is giving us, is putting the whatever here. We have E. Okay, let me Control Z. So let's go back with our quantity. The sum cells should be what? On column F, because what we want to add is actually on column F, while we have the branch on column D. You get this one right. D, from D, we want to get California, but from F, we cannot get Mesa from F. We can only get Mesa from what? Column E. Okay. Okay, let's go back to GPT now and tell GPT we have the quantity is on F, on column F, while product Mesa is on column E. Now we are providing more information now, and let's try it again and see what we're going to get. Okay, so now we have this again now. Let's copy this and see if it's going to work for us. Let's copy this and go back to our Excel. From the same cell, Control V. Now we have correct response. Sum range is correct because what we are summing is from column what? Column F. Now you can it's now left for you now to increase this range from here to the end of your data set. Now I take this to the end of the data set. It's like this is too long. Okay, let's just do the first one, and we use our own skill for the remaining ones. Now you can see that we have provided a sample for GPT. Now we are now editing the formula. Okay, hit enter. So now we can see that, yeah, no problem, because the range are not the same. We can see that we have from F2 to F456. So you can just come here and say from D2 to D456, and from E2 to E456. Then enter. Now you can see that the total sales from what? California is what? Is this. Okay, let's say we have the product in cell A1. Cell A1. Let's say the product is going to be what? We are putting California now. Or let's use a drop down list. Okay, let's go back to GPT and say, okay, I want to return the formula. So okay, I want the formula to return. Okay, okay, to return. I want. Sorry. Okay. Drex. I want the formula to return product, the region, region, okay, the region from cell A, H1, H1, and product. Is it product or what's the name of this? Okay, quantity. Okay, branch. Sorry, this is branch and product. Not region. Branch in cell A1 and quantity. Sorry, and the product in cell high one. Cell high one. So let's regenerate this now. Okay, now let's go back. Let's copy this formula again now and paste it here or here. Okay, let's paste it here. Control V 0. Yeah, because we don't have anything in this place. Okay. Okay, we see on this issue. Can you guide me? Guide me on how to create a drop down list in cell H1 and I1. You can see one thing is this, because we are still talking about the same thing. So GPT still remember our previous conversations, or what we have been saying from this particular summary. You can see that we have the link. The first one we did, creating VLOOKUP. Under this sum ifs, GPT still remember all our previous discussion. So let it guide us on how to create the drop down list now, and we want to create the list for that. Okay. Okay, so let's quickly see what we're going to get now. Okay, now, because we don't have anything in that cell, let's say it said we want to create this. Okay, so you find you need to create a list of products like this, and that, or this California, this, and that, MITSA for the product. We have the list. You can create the list in a separate column. It's called J or K. We already have it or anywhere in the cell. Now you will define the range. Now you define the range, the name range. Select this, go to formula tab on Excel, click on name manager, define name. The word might vary on every version. Name manager, name box, this and that. The meaningful name, yeah. That is the name, the name we have given to our range. Repeat the process for product option like this. Okay, let's go to Excel and do that now. Okay, it said, okay, this is not a table. Let's go to our data tab and hit on data validation. So we want, he said, okay, he said we should create name for this. Let's create name from here to here. Call it, we want to name this, go to data tab and then name. So formula tab, we have to create name and go to the name manager, go to create a name for this. He said we can name this one. Let's name it branch option based on this advice. Branch option. Branch option. Branch option. That's based on the advice of the name you gave to us. It doesn't matter. But remember, we want this to come. We want to refer to cell H1 here. So let's click on H1 for this. Can you please remain muted, please? We have this in cell A1, and that is done. So let's close this. Okay, let's do the other one. New. Let's come here again. What do you call this one? He said we should call it which name now? We'll call this one product options. Okay, let's try that. Let's call this one product options. Product option. You can see that Google will not guide you towards this. Google will give you so many stories. You have to browse all websites in the world before you get what you are doing. YouTube will teach you how to do it, but will not give you will not take you straight. It won't take you. Sorry. Okay, we are creating names. Okay, so oh sorry, we are referring to this. The range. Sorry. Going to this, and we have okay. We have that also. So we have this to this far to this. I'm already doing hallucination myself too. The branch option. This is the branch option. This is the name we are creating first. We are creating name for this branch option, project option. So we have these two ready. This cover from 2 to 456. This cover A. Let's close this. That's the first thing it has us to do. We have created the name. So the next thing now is what? The next thing now is we want to apply validation now. We want to apply data validation now. So let's apply that. Let's go back to our data set, and we want to do data validation in H1 and whatsoever. Go to data validation here. Okay, how does it guide us to do that? He said, select H1, go to validation has already been, click on validation. In the validation, select the list, and under the list, click equals to branch option. Okay, let's go there and see. You want to create validation for the first one. Validation now. He said we should click on list, and here we type equals to branch option. I think our spelling is correct with what we wrote before. We will check. Sure. Branch option. Is it working? Okay. You can see that all our products are here. The branch option is there now. Oh, however, there's a mistake we did. We're supposed to have removed duplicates from this because the names are duplicated now. It's duplicated, but no problem. You can still manage it for what we want to do for now. Okay, let's do the same thing for the high one as we have guided. Other one, product option. Let's come here and see data validation list, and call the name equals to product option. You can see that it's guiding us towards our solution. Okay, now we have this. This to be from here, and D, that's where we have the branch name to resolve this, and this to resolve to return this now. So let's see what is wrong with our formula. So what we have here, let's use the range here, F2 to 456. F2, I'm copying this, Control C, then I'm coming here, sorry, Control Z, enter. V. That is that. We want to, this is a sum if. Then for the other one, we have the numbers again, 456, based on that, and that will return the branch, that is the branch name, and the third one is 456. Even I think we can even use the name we have created. Since we have named the range, let's go back to GPT. I think there is more to it here. Okay, let's go down again now. Okay, if you want us to use this, okay, no problem. We can even use our name, but let's go ahead and do that. Let's use what we have here, 456. for 56 and hit enter. We're getting 0. Why? What is wrong here? We want to sum f this to this based on okay, perhaps because the name are too many. We want to sum this and return California. Okay, there's nothing here. Do not select any product here. So let's return this and let's see our formula now. We have from sum if this is this, from D2 to this, we want to return H1, and from E2 to E56, we want to return I1. So this is not giving us what we want. We don't have what we want here. Okay, let's also go back again. Let's copy our formula and go to GPT. Let's say, okay, we are troubleshooting now. What can be wrong with this formula? Okay, let's look at the response here. So the formula provided is intended to calculate some of these based on this incorrect data in H1 or I1. Yeah. So there can be incorrect data in H1 or I1. The value of the cell H1 and so to this does that. Okay. Okay, which means that if you have reviewed this point, you can trim this, you can use trim H1 and trim I1. Perhaps the names are not correct, which is what I'm also suspecting too. So let's use equals to this, even though it won't accept that. So to accept that now. Okay, let's go back to this formula and do the same thing. Instead of California here, let's select this. And instead of mixer, let's select this. Instead of mixer, let's select this. What is happening here? Okay, I think there's more problem with LD. The problem is from this cell. Okay, there's nothing. We've not selected anything. There's something wrong. Why is it not responding? I1. Let me type it out. I1. What is wrong with it? I think the problem is from here. Okay, let's pick another product. Let's pick another product again. Mixer. Mixer is giving us response here now. Okay, let's see the formula. Formula is I1. Does it mean that there's no extravaganza here? There is. Yeah. I1. Can somebody, what is happening here? I'm trying to, this is not responding. Yeah, this cell is not responding to the question. The cell is not clickable. I can't click on the cell. It's jumping from the formula out. Any space here. There is, okay. Okay. Sorry. It's because of the double quote there. Wow, great. It's working now. It's because of the double quote in this formula, but why is the extravaganza not working? Let's click on this. It's not working. Is there no sales from extravaganza? Okay, perhaps there's no sale from California for extravaganza. Yeah. So that means it's working. So let's see more product again from California. You can see that chicken suya is not available here, but let's check if chicken suya from Nevada or from Oregon. There is. So that is how one can actually use GPT to troubleshoot, get formulas from data set, and do some other ones. So let's quickly move to data prep and cleaning. I think we've done some things about prep and cleaning. Let's generate. Okay, we can generate some data set. Okay, let's say okay, let's open a new chart. You can see we have 3.5 here, we have 4 here. So you can see them side by side now. They have brought it back. So we can say, okay, let's say we want, I am new, I'm new to data analysis, and you generate 100 rows data data set for HR analysis. Okay, let's quickly do this. Okay, we want to generate a kind of 100 rows, but it has okay, it has generated just few rows for us. Okay, you can say let's say we are not satisfied with this. Let's try to regenerate. We stop at 74. You can see that this is more than what the first one it got for us. That's why I talk about the issue of hallucination and some other things. Okay, let's continue generating. And continue generating, and sometimes you see the option there, please continue at the top also. Okay, I think we have gotten 100 now. So you can see that we can now copy this one to our Excel now, or copy it to in text, a text which can now be used for our analysis. So this is already in CSV format or in text. This is a text format, or we can call it a CSV format. Sorry. Sorry, please. Give me a few minutes. Okay. So that is that on Excel. And finally, what's the last one here I want to look at here? Data analysis on visualization also. Okay. Let's quickly look at this. Let me see if I have one that we can use for analysis here. Okay. Okay, let's quickly look at this data set, and let's see, we have something like this. Okay, let me look at this. I think I have a PDF open. Space mission. Okay, space mission. So we have. Okay. Let me just do this. Okay, so what are we looking at, please? Analysis of visualization. Advice. We want you to give us guidance on visualization. Okay, let me click on new chart. Okay, I want to analyze. I want to create analysis. I want to create analysis for the following in Excel. These are the instructions. Yeah. So I will provide the sample data sets hereafter. Boom, 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 boom. So let's quickly look at what we can do with this. We are talking about Excel now, right? So let's look for the sample data set, space mission, and let's have something like this. Control C. Let's come back here. Okay. Okay, please share the sample data set. Okay, good. From column A to what's the end of the column? A to high. A to high. Okay, let's quickly run this and let's see how it's going to guide us. So this is one of the good. These are the benefit of AI, especially GPT. This same question, actually, you can see that I open Google Bard also. You can also have the same question from Google Bard, but from my own experiment, Google Bard is lazy and it's not as intelligent as GPT. But sometimes Bard gets some correct answer compared to what you get from GPT, or at times it give you some clearer version or a short response that is more straight to response than what we have in the GPT. So let's quickly look at this and see if we are on point. So we said we want to create analysis. We said add 2 additional column. Now this is what we said. First thing we should do is what the first thing we want to do is trend of the rocket launch and the mission success rate. Say we should add 2 additional column, one for the year of the launch and another for the mission success. Okay, 2 columns, the year and the success rate. So, okay, let's see if we don't have that before. That's the mission success. We already have the one for mission status. We already have the mission status, and we have the year. We don't have year, right? Okay, let's create year. We have year. Okay, we know that if you don't know, you still ask GPT to give you the formula to generate the years also. Okay, let's quickly get this. These are the years. So we have the years status. Okay. Okay. We don't want us. We'll have asked him. Let's say we use year in this. Okay. It's even telling us the question, the formula to create that from the date column, assuming date in C, whichever. Okay, that is that. And in the mission column, let's say column K, enter success or failure based on the mission status column. We already have that in column K. Okay, how can you create pivot table? Now select data range, including the new columns now. Then go to insert this and insert pivot table. Pivot table, drag the year field into the row area and the mission success into the value area. Let's quickly see that. And we are not going to finish everything. We are going to, let's click on this and then go to insert pivot table. Okay, I think the range is correct. We want it to be existing here. Let's put it on this cell here. Let's put it here and hit OK. So it said we to drag here into what? Into the row. Let's drag here into the row and drag our mission status into the value. So you can see the status. I mean, what? Okay, sorry. Okay, that's the trend, right? It is talking about trend. So success rate, column K. Before field list, okay. Sorry, before year into the row and success into the value area. Before we show you the number of success and failure mission for each of the years. You can use this information and how this, you can see how it has changed over time. So this is it. You can see it now that we have our mission success rate from year to year. So with this, let's say we want to create a chart, a line chart. Let's quickly go to analyze and then create our chart. So recommended chart is this and this, or we use our line chart. So let's quickly see success rate. So this is what it has show us the success mission launch rate between 1957 and 2020 is this. Isn't this awesome? Can you see how it has helped us? For most of us who have our project pending from January, can you see the way Google Bard will have helped you, GPT will have helped you to clear all your project within a few days. So this is what where we'll be stopping. We have other questions. We have still have other questions. There were 4 or 5 questions to do with this particular question. But can you see that it has really guided us on how to create the success rate between those? So it's now left for you now to format it as much as you want to format. If you don't know how to format again, go back to GPT. Any questions so far? Before we move to Power BI, any question? Let's ask our question or comment before we move to Power BI quickly. We have just 30 minutes to work on Power BI also now. I want your question or comment so far. Hello, are you there? Can you hear me? Or have I been talking to myself all this while? Hello, let me call somebody name there. Mr. Emmanuel, what can you say about how have you seen the GPT? Mr. Emmanuel, if you are where you can talk, you can unmute. Okay, somebody is unmuted. Abdurrahman, go ahead. Hello. Who else again is there? Okay.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yeah. Sorry,
Speaking,
is Emmanuel.
Okay, okay.
I didn't hear what you said, sir.
I said we want to move to Power BI. What has been your experience so far with this Excel one?
What has been my experience using Power BI?
Yeah, with this no. With this AI and Excel interaction now.
Yeah, this is superb. I think this will just make my work very easy. like if I think the only issue is knowing what to ask the AI. If you just know what to ask and how to position your questioning, I believe it has made the work so easy. And yeah, so that's what I understood, or that's what I got from the lesson today.
Okay, great. Mana Abiba, what can you say? Are you following us? Hello? Okay, Abdurrahman. I think you were muted
Okay.
before.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's a nice experience anyway, and it's a very good interactive AI, a very good platform rather. So just like he has said, it's just somebody should be as simple as possible in asking the question so that it can return a positive answer to someone. And besides, I want to ask, though we have not exploited the 3.5, anyway, we should try to work on that one too first. So, but the 4.1, or what do you call it?
Yes, 4.0.
4.0. We have to be paying every month, or what is it like?
It's monthly payment.
Ah.
It's more. I think it's a. I don't know the price really. Okay, let's check the price now. Maybe we are here together. Let's see the price for this. Let me quickly. Let's see. I think there is price here. If that's let me open a new sheet, or you click on upgrade to Pro Plus here. That one. Okay, it's not expensive now. $20 per month. It depends on how much you are earning and the purpose of the use. It's not much really. If you are really using it for something whatever, it's not that too expensive. $20. That's like how much? Well, that's like my salary.
20,000.
That's my salary now.
That's like
That's my
20,000.
salary.
That's like 20,000 naira now.
Yes now. That's like 20,000 naira. Yeah. No. Okay,
Leave my
$20. Yeah,
place out.
that's $20. So I'm a low salary now. I'm a low salary now. So
Hello,
that
sir.
is
You were
that.
calling my name.
Yes, I said. Do you have any comment or question on where we are up to now with our
Oh,
interaction
I
with the
wasn't
GBT
really
and Excel?
following. I
Ah,
wasn't really following the Chatgpt class. I said, are you asking questions based on what you've done in the past?
no. What we are doing
Okay.
now, what we have done in the
No.
last 1.5 hours.
Yeah, because I'm actually not new to ChatGPT, but all I can say is really very helpful. And
Okay.
like you said, if you're asking any question, you need to be extremely specific. You treat it like a baby.
Yeah.
Be very detailed. Otherwise, it will bring out. It's not free of error. It's
Yeah.
not free of error at
Yeah.
all. But you need to be very specific. Otherwise, it is going to bring out rubbish.
Yes. Even when they bring out rubbish, try to re-explain your question
Yes,
and try
yes, yes.
to explain and be more specific. More specific. Even sometimes your system will generate error. Okay, let's quickly look at this. Let's look at this. Maybe you are getting error and you don't know, like I did earlier. I asked it, where am I getting it wrong? So it can also help you to do that. It helps you to do that. I want us to look at something here. This is a pay formula. This is a pay formula. And for most of us who are accountants, I think we understand this formula, but we know what we are trying to get here. But okay, as a layman, maybe I just get a job. I don't know how to. I don't know. I've just seen this formula is too long. Please, can you help me to simplify? Can you help me to simplify or explain this formula? And use the formula and hit enter. Let's see what's going to give to us. Okay, the S4 the S4 is what do we call it? Is taxable income. Represent taxable income. Cell S4. Cell S4 represents taxable income. That is what that is all about. So if you look at it from here, you have this to be what? Taxable income. This is it here. So let's go back to GPT so that I can re-explain, so that we understand what the formula is all about. So it's trying to explain now that the low income bracket, if this is this, they are 7%, these people and this, because it has explained above already, each of the line, each of the columns there. Maximum of this and this, yes. If this is less than 300, calculate this. If this 4 is greater than this or less than this, calculate this plus this. If this is this, you can see the way it has explained and do the formula. So those are the ways by which you can use Excel. Let's quickly go to Power BI that now. So the same way we have treated Excel, we are going to treat Power BI as such. So the first thing we're going to look at is but it started, we've done that. That's not that you can just ask any question on how to do whatever. So how to use GPT or whatever, the Power BI. And but in this case, let's quickly go to connecting data. How can I connect my data to Power BI? Hey, it's a long story. Can you see that? So, and see that this is a long story, but you have to read it. It's not long, not too long. Prepare your data, install Power BI desktop, open Power BI. Then, when you launch Power BI, go to Get Data. Choose Data Source, Configure Connection, Transform Data, load the data, build report, save your work, publish to Power BI, access and share the report. Bam. That's everything that I can do with how to connect my data. But okay, let's say my data is where is my data? Let me save this data on my desktop. To save this, save as, and let me save this, my desktop. Okay, let me delete this. Let me delete this also. Okay, let's delete this so that it doesn't mix it up with our lesson. Okay, we'll save. Okay, let's now go back and say, okay, I have a data set in CSV in my desktop, on my desktop. The name of the file is space mission. So you still remember our discussion that we want to connect data. Okay, now it's asking me now. Let's go back now. So say open Power BI desktop, get data. Under the get data, click on what? Choose a CSV and select your this CSV. So let's go back now and see what I'm going to do with that. Click on get data, click on CSV. Let's go to our desktop. Click on this. So we have connected our data. That is, it's as simple as ABC. Now we have our data connected now, and we can now transform or load whichever one we like. So I'm clicking on transform in this matter, in this case. So let's see the next thing we want to learn under this. So the fundamental of Power BI concept. So we want to create the fundamental of Power BI concept. Just like we have Excel, we can ask questions from Power BI to explain certain concept to us. So we can actually do that, and it will give us some basic concept in Power BI. Now, let's move to creating data dictionary. Okay, let's do something like this. Okay, let me go to save and say, please, can you create a data dictionary for me? Can you create a dictionary for me? Okay. Based on the dataset name that we have over here earlier before, let's see if the columns are okay. Mission ID, the sample dataset is what? Is number, mission name, text, launch date, this and that. So based on the one we have submitted in Excel, can you see that it has created the sample for us? The same the space mission. Let's quickly check them. We have okay. This is totally different from what we have. Okay. Can you see? It's different from what we have already. Okay, let's generate our own now. Oh, I think I've deleted this now. Let me hide this cell, this and this, and remove the columns. Okay. Now we have years already here. Let's remove the column here. Okay, let's leave it like this. And so this is the raw data that we have. So let's select everything here and select everything. I think to the end. Sorry. Let me go back to the first one. I want to select everything once. Let me hold shift and go to the end. So you can copy your data like this and give it to GPT. Oh, data is too much. Oh. GPT. Okay, this. Okay. So let's see if it's working on it. Okay, let me quickly reduce the data. Let me reduce the data set, keep rows, keep top rows, keep top 10 rows only. And let me right click now, copy, and tell it create data dictionary for the data set below and hit enter. Sorry. So it's now creating it now. So this is something we can do ourselves. Something we can do by ourselves, but at the same time, you can see that it has helped us to quickly do it within a minute. Just copy this and go and use it wherever you want to put it in. You can see the content of each of these now is already created for us. So that is another way by which you can use GPT to help us. Now let's look at this. What is this? Yeah, you have okay, Power Query and M code. Power Query and M code. Okay, we will not go into detail of Power Query now, data cleaning now, and we'll not go into details of that now. Let's Where is the keep columns? Keep rows. Let me remove the step we took earlier. I want to remove the step. Okay, I want to remove the step. Okay, let me see. Let me open place. Let me open server here. Let me load this. Let me hold this. Okay. Okay. Let's quickly do two things. Let's quickly do two things here. Let's quickly do two things, and we're going. Let's use this data to work. So we have these are data here, right? So let's quickly do some cleaning. Let's add columns under date. Where's our date column? Our date column. Our date column has error. Okay, we have date here. Okay, that's the time. We have date here, right? Let's quickly look at this, and let's extract year. We have the year. Let's go back again to the date again. We have little time to spend again. 15 minutes left. So let's extract month. Let's extract month. Okay, let's, sorry, what is want to enter? Power Query. Let's extract about 3 4 things. I want to see what I want to do from here. So let's extract the start of the month. So I don't want us to go too far. That's why I'm using this. So we use date for almost everything we want to do. That we don't spend too much of time on this. Let's extract day of the week, day of week. So we have done so many things here. Okay, let's look for one more thing again to do. Okay, from this data set, okay. Okay, let's split the country. Let's remove the country. We want to split this into two. There is country at the extreme right, right? So let's see this and go to add column. And we split from here. Okay, there's no split here. Yeah, let's right click there. Let's right click and see split column by delimiter. Okay, the rightmost comma, the rightmost, there's comma at the end of whatsoever. So the rightmost comma and each occurrence, no, just one. Let's hit OK and see what we are going to get. So we have this now. So we have this. Let's call this one address. And let's call this country. We have, let's call this now country. And so we have taken so many steps here. We have taken so many steps here. Can you see all the steps we have taken now? Now, let's say for the purpose, for ease of reading, if you click on this, you can see we have source, we have promote headers, change type, remove column. These are everything we have done. Okay, let's click on this space mission here. I want to talk about the M code now. Go to advanced editor. Can you see all the steps we have taken so far? These are all the steps we have taken, from the source to promote headers to this and this and that. So these are all the steps we have taken so far. Okay, let's see what we want to do here. I want, okay, let me create a new server. Okay, let me use it. See, we are still here. Can you help me Sometimes you use please, you use can leave, you just talk to it as if you are talking to somebody with respect or as a human being. Can you help me with can you help me to comment my M code in Power BI? Power BI. Okay, it's giving us all this story. We don't want all this story. That's okay. Let's copy our M code and bring to and tell him and show him. Control C, and let's tell him it is our own M code. Here is our here is my M code. Okay. So let's look at what it has done for us. All the steps we have taken so far, it's telling us the first thing we did was to load CSV format for this, and it's explaining every line that we have in that code is explaining for us. Second thing is to promote header. Third one is to change data type, and it's telling us what happens in each of the column. That's okay. Next one, we remove unwanted columns. We remove some columns. Yes. Next time we added the year column, we added a month column. We start of the we added the start of the month, day of the week. We split column by the delimiter. We change the type of the name. We give it new name as a country and whatever, and we rename the columns. We give them names, address, and country, and this. So let's say this is what we have now. So let's copy this now. Oh, sorry. Let's copy this code now. Let's go up a bit and copy this code. Copy this code now. Let's go back to our this and paste this. Delete and let's paste this. Ctrl V. So no error found. Let's click done. You can see that the same thing that we have done before is the same thing we have here. But now it has commented them. Each of them has meaning. Let's click done. And let's see how this is going to work for us. Let's see the benefit of this. So, okay, let's go to our data set. You can see on the left side, we have apply step. Now, before, when you click on source, it's used to source. But now we can see what happens there. Promote headers. What happens here? It's showing us what we did here. We removed the column on whether column. We have it added the step, we added a year column. You can see added a month column, added a month column, start of month column, a day column. We split the column. It's telling us what we did, what each of these rows stand for. Can you see we rename the columns? Can you see now? So that is another advantage of this thing of this. And if you look at this very well, is not something that we cannot do. Advanced editor. Let's go back to advanced editor and see what we have here. What happened? It put / 2 times, and he explained what this line stands for. This code, what it stands for. This double colon, this / 2 is what is telling Power BI that this is not code, but what a note. It's just a comment. Comment 2, just like the comment we have in SQL. Comment. Can you see that commenting the job now make the job to be meaningful than just to have everything lumped together. So that's how to use. That's how GPT can help you with formatting your M code or generate your M code or whatever. Then we move to DAX measure. DAX measure. So let's quickly look at DAX measure and that's formula. So let's load this. let's load this. Let's see anything here that we need to add, but we load. Okay, let's load this. Go to home and apply, close and apply this. So let's load it to Power BI. It's coming up. Okay, good. So this is our Power BI. We have our space mission here now. Okay, let's say let's quickly create some measure. Let's quickly create some measure now. We want to, okay. I want to calculate total numbers of space mission that occurred. Okay, let me quickly go back to GPT and say, okay, can you help me with a DAX measure for calculating the total numbers of missions in Power BI desktop, and enter. Let's see what we get. Okay, it says we have total mission equals to count rows, and you put your company, your table name here. Let's copy this and go to our days. Let's create a new measure. Can you mute yourself, please? Nobody's talking there. Please, let's be muted, please. So let's go come here and say, let's paste this formula here. Total mission. And we have the table name. The table name is what? Is table name is space mission, right? Mission. So let's put this and hit enter. So that's our first measure. Let's see if the measure is working. Click on your card visual and click on measure. Where is the measure? Total measure. Where is the name? Okay, this is it. Here we can see our total measure. That is the way it can help us to solve the total measure, to create this. Okay, let's look at this. Let's look at the data set again and see. So as like that, we can create as many measures as possible with the support of GPT. So let's go back to our table and see which column we can create. We want to create, we want to use it, we want it to help us to create new column now. That's column. Okay. Okay, we have time. We have time column. We want to separate our time column into morning, afternoon, evening, and night. So we want to create additional column for this. Okay, let's go to GPT and ask it question on this. Okay, I have a column for time, or named time, and you help me to generate time status for money money will be from 00 12 midnight to 6 a.m. comma afternoon from as just an example, 6 a.m. is not afternoon. I'm just using this as an example. Or you can call this one midnight. Okay, you can call this one night. Let's call this one night instead. So we don't confuse ourselves. Night. And then we have money. Money from 6 a.m. to 12 noon, comma, afternoon from 12 noon to 6 p.m. and the night from 6 p.m. to 12 midnight. So okay, I have a column named time. Can you help me to generate DAX formula? DAX formula to generate, okay, that's formula for generate that's formula for time status as follows. We quote this to the end. So let's say this is what we want to do. Let's try it and see if it's going to work for us. So after creating it, it still explain what it stands for. Okay, it said we will use time status. Our variable should be okay. My screen is what? Please, is my screen freezing? Where am I going to go?
Yes.
It's freezing.
Yes, it's freezing. Yes.
Wow. Okay. Let me see.
No, we can see.
You can see it.
It's not freezing. Okay.
It's not freezing. Okay.
Not.
Where am I now? Can you see my screen now? We have a dashboard already for the time, morning, afternoon, evening, and the night, right? Okay, let's copy this code and go and experiment it.
Yes.
He said the time status, we want to create time status, the time name, your table name, remember, table name will be here. So let's copy this and go to our Power BI. We want to create a new column in Power BI now. So we don't know how to create the whatsoever, and we just copy our formula here. So we don't know the table name here. What are table name? If you have one more multiple table, this what we have. Space mention this, and we said that we should switch this true. Time value is this. So you can see that it has created the formula for us, and there is no error. Let's click OK and see our new column in action. Now we have our new column. Now we can analyze our sales based on the new status. Now let's quickly go to Home tab. We want to see when are we having the more. When does when do they have the more launching, or what time are they launching the whatsoever? So let's bring this into the equation now. So okay, sorry. Let's use okay, let me click on this, change this to a line to this, and let's click on time status and see what we get. Now you can see that most of these were launched in the night. We have 2,200 launched in the night. We have some in the morning, and we have some in the afternoon, but no one in the evening. There was no launch in the evening. That is between 6 a.m. Between 6 a.m. and 9 p.m. There was no launch in the evening. Okay, we can change it to this and see it clearly in the pie chart also. So these are the ways by which Power BI can help you with the visualizations, and can help you to do so many things with has to do with your data analysis job. It's helpful. Not that it can do it for you. but it will guide you on how to handle your project, especially when you are having difficulty in handling project. You can collaborate. You can start collaborating with Chatgpt on how to handle your data analysis project. So to this, what else? Is there anything else that we have not touched? Okay, that's from that troubleshooting. Okay, we have talked about computer volume. We have talked about installation. We've not talked about installation, but I think that can leave that for now. Okay, let's troubleshoot DAX formula. We don't have much time again. Okay, let's troubleshoot a DAX formula. Let's use the formula it has created for us. Let's say we have something here, we deleted something here, and it's showing error now. We're having error. Let's copy the formula. Control A, Control C. Okay. What is wrong? Please, what is wrong? Wrong with this formula. Let's see what is wrong with it. In this first column, I've corrected time, this to be this. Can you see now? See, there's something missing here. It has corrected it to this. Now, if you copy this thing back again now, sorry, copy our code again now, and go back to Power BI, paste the formula again, the error will go off, and analysis will still continue. We have this ready. So that is that. Okay, let's quickly look at our question here. Okay, let's say, okay, how can I calculate this? I don't know how to do this. I can go back to GPT and say, how can I calculate this in the Power BI? Put the next column, or you double quote it. I like that. For clarity's sake. Okay, let's quickly see the steps. If we can take the time and see what we have there. It said calculate which rocket has been used for the most space mission and determine if it is still active or not. You can follow the following step. Okay, not formula, sorry. Can you help me? You're not calculating now. Sorry. Okay, let me edit this formula. Sorry, this is not this. So you can still go ahead and edit your formula. Okay, sorry, not this again. Done a lot of things here. Okay, not calculating now. I want to. How can I visualize this? Visualize now. Visualize this in Power BI. Let's submit again. Save and submit. Now it has created 2 upon 2 here. And you see that we have 2 responses under this. I'll come down. Okay. Okay, let's see the steps. It said, number 1, create a table visual for rocket usage. Drag the rocket into the value area and change the aggregation of rocket from count column to distinct, and sort the table in ascending order. So let's see if we can quickly try that. Okay, we should create a table visual. Okay, let's go and create a table visual for this. Clicking on new sheet now. Table visual. These are table visual. So what does it have us to do? It said drag the rocket column to the value and change the aggregation to count. Sort the table ascending order to find the rocket used for the most mission. Good. So where is the rocket? Do you have the rocket? Okay, to the value. It said we should change the aggregation to distinct, to count distinct. Okay. Okay. That is okay. Okay. I change everything to 1. I think it was don't summarize. Okay. Let me expand the size so that we can see what we have there. Size. Okay, good. So that is the first thing that's us to do. We can sort this. Sort this based on the top to bottom. No. Okay. There's no count there. Table. Okay, let's use this and let's drop this. Okay, to here and total mission to column. Total mission to value. Sorry. Okay, so okay, we can sort this now. It can be sorted from top to row. So create a card visual for rocket, drag the rocket column into the value, and so you can see that it will give you some guideline on how to create it, even when you don't know how to do it. Then create a filter table for active this. You do this. Create a measure for active rocket to know the active ones. You do this, and create card visual for this. Create a report page. That is it. So you create everything, and you have it. You have all the visuals ready within few minutes. So, so I think these have been helpful so far. And then before we round it up, let's go ahead with our comment, question, and answers. Thank you very much for attending the class. Any question? Any question?
For now, I want to commend your effort for this eye-opening opportunity anyway. But to going forward, you have seen what you have done so far. And somebody that wants to use this, you need to have the basic knowledge of the Excel and Power BI in order to understand this language, which we have done anyway in the past. But I would like if you share this video with us so that we can go over it and watch so that we can be able to use it from there. That's my comment, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Any other comment? Any other comment?
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
This is Ibrahim Mohammed.
Okay.
I observed that you are trying to talk about when some amount regarding, you say $20 or something of that nature. Or something. Does it mean that before you can use that Chatgpt, you have to subscribe for that thing?
You have GTP 3.5.
Because I didn't start.
Hello,
I didn't start from like along the line.
Okay, I understand you. We have GPT 3.5 and you have GPT 4. 3.5 is free. 4 is paid. Exactly now. What we have been using so far is free. The one we have been using so far is free. But the GPT 4 is paid. You have to pay for this one. We said that the training of this GPT 3.5 ended in September 2021. That's when they stopped training this. But this one, I think they trained this one for at least about 9 months, spending over $100 million to train this GPT-4. So it's the current one this is the one you are going to pay $20 for every month if you want to use GPT-4. But I think what we have been doing so far, GPT 3.5 has been so so interesting so far. So if you want to start using GPT, go to GPT 3.5. It's free, and you can also augment that with what?
Okay,
with
sir.
Google Bard also. Yeah. Another question?
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the class so far.
Okay.
But
Thank you
then my
for
major
attending.
concern, my major concern is the fact that a GPT can hallucinate and then give wrong information, right?
Yes. Yes.
So is there actually a particular thing, like a particular reason for that, or is it because the questions are not expressed properly, or because of maybe system error or something? Because it's actually a big concern for me, right?
Let's call it system error. Okay, even as human being, you see now, I wanted to visualize. I put calculate.
Okay.
Is that not hallucination?
Yeah, it is.
So it happens to human being too. You get that now. So but when I saw the response, I see that this is not what I want to do. So you want to analyze something, you have idea of okay, I want to analyze based on this. When you know, when it gives you guidance and you follow the guidance, but you are not getting what you want, you definitely know that what you have is wrong.
Okay.
Get that now?
So what?
You already know that what you have is wrong. You go back again.
Yes.
Go and represent your case. Try to explain some things where you think is getting it wrong. Sometimes if your formula throw error, copy the error, give it to GPT to explain the error. Okay, I've done this. This is the error I'm getting. Can you please look at the formula again? It will still go again and reprocess the formula again. So copy the formula, retry the formula. If you get what you want, fine and good. If you don't get it, try again. If you don't get from GPT, go to BAT also. You can also try BAT. BAT is also free. It's also free. So in some way, it's just like a collaboration. It doesn't. I said in the beginning, it doesn't think. It cannot think. It cannot reason. It's only using your question. It will go through the internet. The document that it has, about over 10 million documents within him, or 20 million documents within him, and they try to get something similar to the question you ask. So you will now try to imitate. You will now try to imitate that something the most closest something to that. It's just like imitation. It's imitating something somewhere within its own knowledge to give us all those responses. Not that it's thinking, not that they understand everything we are saying. It doesn't understand all we are saying. Not that it understands it, but it's just going through the data within the training it has gotten and try to imitate what you have asked for. That is the way it works. So if it's hallucinate and you see that your question, that's the reason why I said human being, you are responsible for your response. When you submit your report to your OGA, you are responsible for your report. But what you want to do with GPT is to help you in the area that you think it will waste your time or you don't understand. You get it? It's not that you want GPT to be working for you. No, you just need a collaboration with GPT. So this is just the area of analysis that we are talking about. GPT is used for so many things: content generation, adverts, sales, so many things. Just like that, sir. That's how I use GPT. Okay. Next question. Any other question?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Shibuka. Another question?
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Hello, good afternoon. Mr. Kennedy,
yes.
Longest time.
Yes, I will. I really appreciate this training. It will go a long way. It will really help us. I use Google Sheets a lot instead of Excel.
Excel, okay.
Yeah, so in using a Chatgpt,
yes.
Am I going to put Google Sheets instead of Excel?
Yes.
Use
tell it that you are working on Google Sheets and you have this challenge. Let it try to help you out. If it doesn't see, but with like I said earlier, that even in Microsoft, if the training end, remember the training ends in 2021. If it is a new formula, if you are trying to access a new formula in Google Sheet or Excel, that was just released and is not getting it, you can try BAD. I think BAD is more current with some Google formula in the Google Sheet or something like that. I think BAD is more. So you can just try it, but most of the formula we are using are still old formulas. There are so many things you can still do with the old formulas that we have, unless you are a guru and you have a very serious task or whatever to work about. But just make sure you expatiate that you are working on Google Sheet. So sometimes it will still give you some formula from Excel, and it will not work in Google Sheet. Try to re-explain from your challenge or use the alternative. But that's why I said, that's why I opened the two. You can always collaborate between this and this. Okay, I think we've gotten to the end of the class. Somebody said that it would appreciate if I share the videos, but unfortunately, I don't want to share the video. So I don't want to share the video for a reason. Well, it's a free class. I think we have gained one or two things. We can always go ahead and try to experiment all those things. I don't think it's hard to use. Once you understand what you want, know what you want to achieve, you can go ahead and do that. Unless that's it, yeah. Okay, thank you very much. So I appreciate your time for attending this short training. Thank you very much, and God bless you all. So for those of us who still have our project
Thank
pending,
you very much.
those of us who have our project pending in data analysis, I think we cannot go ahead now and start doing the analysis of our project in Excel, Tableau, and Power BI. The same thing, even the same, this Google, the Chatgpt also can help you with your SQL. Remember, you want to connect your data in SQL, tell GPT, I have I have access to my data in SQL, and I want to connect to my Excel. I want to connect it to my Power BI. I want to connect to my Tableau. How do I connect my data set? You'll be amazed that GPT will also guide you on how to connect your data in your SQL server. Okay, you want to run some code again. You can still try to run some code. It will still guide you to do some of those things in your Power BI or whatsoever. So let's try as much as possible work on a project. The more you practice with all these things, the more you understand how those things work also. Please, let's try. There is no food. They say there is no food for lazy man. So we have to be very active and up to it. Once we've learned something, let's try as much as possible to implement what we have learned. Let's think about how to you can teach you A, but you can use the A to solve E problem also. Doesn't mean that you have to stay with the A, but you can always think on how to solve as many problems as possible. Thank you very much.
Thank
Okay.
you very much.
Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. Bye.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome. Let's stop.